1, 2. Okay. Got everything. 1, 2, 3, and we're into it. Okay, cool. You know, I got cocky. I got real cocky, real confident, real fast because I found out how to put my shit on Spotify.
Hey.
Using just this whatever the fuck. So I'm over here like, I'm going to just invite everybody on this thing. So with me, I got one of my homies, fellow comedian, also has a great show where he somehow uses his weird radio connections to get badass comedians on his show. And they talk about their processes called Breaking Down Bits with his buddy, our fellow buddy, who I hate. But we'll get back into that. Why am I out of breath, dude?
You just been putting out the vibe for
Absolutely. So yeah, good buddy, good comic, and registered sex offender Drew Jordan. What's up, dog?
Man, wait, what? I've been hearing knocks on my door, and I was wondering who was that. No, good to be hanging. Thanks for letting me come. You know, I don't get asked to be on podcasts very often because I'm always just doing our thing, and that keeps me pretty busy. But so glad to be podcasting and not have to be in control of anything.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? It's also fun to like talk to people who I claim like, oh yeah, they're buddies of mine and I know nothing about them. Because like when I showed up here in this area and I was like, what do you do for work exactly? And you're like, it's a radio thing. And I'm like, I didn't know the radio was still a format people listen to.
It is. It is. People, I mean, yeah, it's weird. When they do the surveys and everything, people of all ages are listening to the radio, and I don't know. It's still very, very used in like introducing new music into the culture.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's kind of like how, you know, like YouTube was like a huge thing where like I would sometimes wonder, I was like, do people even still watch shit on YouTube? Like, is there still like a YouTube channel people love? And I'm like, of course, like there's podcasts and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh, my shit just sucks. That's all it is.
No one cares about what you're doing.
Absolutely. We could start a gaming channel.
Yeah, I would be terrible.
Oh yeah, because you like inverted controls because like what is it? You were born like was it retarded or something?
That's the one.
Yeah,
that's the one. Did you knew immediately? I do like it inverted.
No, because like I did the I guess shout out Dobbs gaming channel. I did the show like right after you and I played God of War, and I was like, yo, what the fuck is up with this shit? And he's like, oh yeah, it was Drew Jordan doing that shit.
Okay, yeah, you were the second, yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like so angry about that. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand why
I'm an
that makes it
pilot.
easier.
I'm an airplane pilot. I want my
You think 9/11 happened because they were just flying inverted, dude? What if that is what Homeland Security is? You're like, let's get this shit straight. Straighten this shit out. Literally, this is like, all up is down. Yeah, left is right, dummy. Okay.
Oh my gosh, the N64. I don't know. Somehow it's involved.
Oh
That's
God,
bad. That's bad. Inverted. Oh well. Well, I don't know.
I mean, no, dude. I mean, like, I just am of the belief that if it is not what I like and it is different from what I enjoy, then it is wrong.
It's terrible.
Absolutely.
And it shouldn't be allowed.
Why does it exist? Mm-hmm. Bro, I understand why you get laid here a lot because I'm looking out this view and I'm just like, there's 2 buildings. That's 2 more buildings outside of my house that I don't have. You know what I mean? I live in the suburbs. Oh my God, it's all like foggy and it's rainy foggy and shit. And it's like, dude, this is like the perfect weather. It's like, can I have someone to just stay in with? It's like, he gave me coffee with creamer in it, like this alcoholic creamer in it. I think he just did it. Like, this guy's a great host.
I guess the end of this podcast will just be us silently snuggling. Maybe.
I ain't seen nothing wrong with that, bro. That's just a send off to a wonderful conversation.
That's how I end all my conversations. Okay, can we just get our post conversation?
Can you imagine?
Snuggling
Like, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. It's just like you just sit there and you're just kicking it. You have a comfortable silence for a minute. You feel the finally moment. You're like, he's trying to like just chill, just cut it real quick. You're like, I'm not mad at that. You know, like I was at my girlfriend's house yesterday. Surprise, she's alive.
Yeah, I love how you went hard with the girl part. Right
exactly. No, but I was at her house yesterday, and then like we were getting ready to leave to go buy food, and I had to stop in my tracks because the group chat was popping, and it hit me. And I've been trying to go with whether it just be in life, on stage, or anything. Just go with my first like thought. And I'm like, be yourself more. And I was like, texted them. I was like, yo guys, like I'm being serious. I'm not even fucking around. You guys. Do y'all want to have a tea party? And it's like, you right. As I say this, and I texted again, as I say this out loud, this shit does sound kind of gay. I'm sorry. And they're like, nah, bro, what kind of tea? Like, everyone was like, I hate hot tea, but I know it has to be hot. And I'm just like, I just love how excited everyone is about this. Because like one time
You're
I was
starting a
like,
movement.
I was hanging out outside a friend's apartment complex in this one little tiny, fucking fake front lawn that they gave these poor people. We're sitting there just like smoking pot, and this guy just shows up and he's like, I was about to have some tea. I can bring it out here. And I was just like, I'm not really a tea guy. And he's just like, I can make you a tea guy. And that's how I found out I was gay. Like, you know? No, but he had a whole ass tea set.
Origin
like,
story there.
And we're just smoking pot, drinking tea, listening to music. I'm just like, me and my boys could do this on the regular, bro. You trying to come to the tea party?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, man. It just makes sense to me, dude.
Yeah, I'm not really a tea drinker.
No one is, man.
It's just not. It's not coffee enough for me.
Oh no, absolutely. I'm a huge.
It just feels like I'm wasting. Now iced tea, I'm all about that. I grew up in East Texas, so
You know,
that's like we drink milk and iced tea. That's it.
Ew, I hate both of those
I mean,
things.
not together. I mean, you could try.
That's what I really thought you meant.
Okay.
Because like, I know them weird Indian folk like to have like their milk and their hot tea, and that shit makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
No, but like, no, I actually was like saying this yesterday about how much I was like, and I don't mean that stupid iced tea shit. Like, I am from Texas and blah 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 blah. But I'm not big on the like, oh, if you have me some iced tea and it got no sugar in it, you can get it out. I am not that guy at all. I'm like, shut up. I worked at a wings place, and people were like, oh, can I have a sweet tea with hot wings? You fat weirdo diabetic. What?
That sounds perfect.
Iced tea, and it's like, I don't get it. And it's like, tea's super healthy for you, but there's just like, just put a gallon of sugar into it, and it's just like, hey, we don't have COVID, but we got diabetes.
I used to walk in on my mom doing the thing, not that thing, the other thing where she dissolves all the sugar in the tea.
Oof.
It's like boiling. She's like a witch over a cauldron, and
If you work at
can
a-
just pour more and
Yeah,
more.
when you see that shit, or if you worked as a waiter at a restaurant, and you're like, hey, somebody make the sweet tea for the day, or make it for tomorrow, and you're just like, how much sugar? And it's like, all of this?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, dummy.
Well, yeah,
And it's
sweet tea should be more like a syrup.
absolutely.
That's the sweet spot.
Absolutely, yes. Bro. Where do you land on exchanging your blood for syrup?
Nobody wants my blood.
Why not?
No, it's not valuable. So, I'm not sure how much blood I need for.
It's like I was talking to Charles. It's like, do you think like there's a concept of Get Out where it's like a rich white guy is like, I just want the blood transfusion of like if I could get LeBron James's blood.
Oh yeah.
And it was just like, I was like, yeah, no one really want Drew's blood. He's like, you guys just want to like look 25 at 40 forever.
When you're flipping through the book, you're like, I don't want
Not this guy.
Not this guy. No.
Oh,
Thank
God.
you. No muscles. No muscles.
No muscles.
None. There's just skeletal and fat. Okay, perfect.
Hey, hung like a goddamn mongoose though, and it's like, is that big? And it's like, come and find out.
Oh goodness.
See, I'm mad that I don't have the gunshot sound effect in there. That would have been perfect.
Is that when you would have shot?
Absolutely. I remember when I did Q's show and I just went, and he's like, how do you do that? And I was like, technology, baby. I don't know. Oh, my. Shouts out to Q. I just wanted to say he posted this thing saying, it's like, yeah, I had this fun time in like Dallas or whatever. I'm always putting on for my city. And I was like, Africa isn't a city. But I was like, I don't think he would appreciate that. One time he was at my open mic. I think it was like last year. He left his phone sitting there and it was unlocked, and I was like, I got to do this. And then I just
imagine what goes on Kuagenti's phone on the daily. That could be a sitcom right there.
Exactly. So I grab it and I just tag myself. And I'm like, yo, I just found out JamalRahal has the fattest cock. And then like all his fans were just like, he has fans. Like, he was just like, yo, bro, I think you got hacked. And Roxy Hayes, bless her heart. It's like, well, let's find that shit out. Like, does he?
She would play along for sure.
Oh yeah, but I got a lot of like just like, Coos fans, old white people just real mad at me. He's like,
that's his actual audience profile.
got real homophobic real quick, dog. Oh man.
Koo was the first person to ever put me on a show.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it Koo and the Homies?
Koo and the
I
Homies.
made that racist. It's called Koo and Friends.
It was Koo and Friends. Yeah, it was. I needed a ride to a mic, and he was like, "Hey, I'll give you a ride," and I was like, "Sweet."
That's how that works.
And then I smooth talked him in there. I was giving him that little ear sugar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all right. My first show was a show like that, except it was Rich's, and he just had a
nice.
post saying, "Hey, who wants to be on this?" And I was like, And I just happened to be first because I was bored on my phone at work and I got the notification first. I was like, I'll do it.
I was pooping right then and it worked out.
Exactly. Yeah, no. Oh,
So
man.
Rich was actively campaigning for friends for his Rich and Friends show.
Absolutely, yes.
I need more friends. Who would like to be a
Who
friend?
would like to be a homie and like sell tickets and give me most of the money?
What a friendship.
Speaking of that kind of friendship, you used to be in a cult, right?
Sort of, yeah.
What would they call that?
Baptist.
Ah,
The cult of Bapticity.
so were you guys like, did you sing in a choir and stuff, or you're not that kind of Baptist?
We did a lot of singing as a child. We were all child stars in the Baptist community.
Everybody here shines real bright. Who would like to shine at my house tonight over a cup of tea? Oh, Pastor, you out your damn mind. No, don't go with him, Drew. He's not being nice.
What? You know, you grew up a little naive. You never know.
Some people call it naive. I call it opportunistic. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to find shit out.
Whatever way necessary.
Why would you do cocaine? Because I don't know what it does. You hear anecdotal things. You're just like, now you're addicted for 5 years. You know what I mean?
Hate when that happens.
I'm not going to lie to you. I've been fighting through my naps, my midday naps.
Fighting through them.
Yeah, because like I usually just sleep all the time. Because I thought that was me like preserving my life force, but they're like that's just like mental illness. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so like so I was like fading, and then as soon as I got here, chugged the beer, smoked a little bit, and then drinking this delicious Irish coffee. I'm just like I am out of it. And I'm loving it. Which is like, because you remember I was telling you, I was like, I got randomly asked, like, hey, do you want to work the door and then do a spot? And I was like, oh, I got to get my mind together first.
True.
And I was like, this is how you do that.
Yeah.
Doing, because I'm pretty sure you've been all over the place with like, do I like how hammered or how high or how much do I do this before I go on stage or perform anything?
Yeah.
And of course, it's like a case by case thing, but it's like doing the year sober thing. It's
Yeah.
all the same.
Yeah.
It does not matter.
I'm such an introvert that I gotta loosen up. I gotta do something to like. I need like at least one drink or something just to kind of like get me to where I can feel, even partially like I want to talk in front of people. Like I wouldn't even get on stage, you know. But like I've definitely taken it too far, and
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
just
yeah.
you end up walking off stage and being like, I should have just stayed home tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. No, yeah, like because of course it's like the balance of just like it's like okay, it's either I get too blackout or I get too high, I don't say shit, or I'm just chain smoking myself to dying at 35, and
Also, solid strategy.
exactly.
I just started smoking. I'm 37 and just started, so I feel like I'm
Smoking what? Cigarettes?
Yeah, like a vape pen. I'm writing a bunch of bits about that because I randomly was like, I just want to see what's up. These look fun.
Absolutely.
And I've never really been a smoker like my entire life, but I'm like, okay,
You look like an
cool.
American Spirits guy. I thought I felt like I could have bummed one off you at one point. Did I imagine
I
that?
keep a yellow pack around.
Okay, so I didn't make that up. Yeah, I thought the baby blue one for some reason, but I'm like I'm close. No, yeah, no. When I had to be sober, I especially started chain smoking,
Yeah.
and then I got into the vapes.
Yes.
And then I got COVID, and then I was just like, no,
That's
I tested before and after I had gotten sick, and then they were both negative, so I don't know if it was COVID or whatever the fuck. But after I just realized maybe this isn't the best thing for me, you know. But
Yeah.
I get the whole like a little bit of nicotine thing.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes, I mean, even though they're terrible for you, just a cigarette or something every now and again is like gets the synapses going. That's why I got really into smoking blunts again.
Yeah. They really get your synapses going.
Dude, it's just that little extra bit of tobacco. It's like when I went to Switzerland with this one guy I know, his like buddy there was just like, I can roll us a joint. And you know a spliff, the half tobacco, half weed.
Yeah.
This guy just did like 90% to cigarette tobacco that he
Yeah.
just broke a cigarette, and it was like 90-10 that to weed. And I was just like, I'm not even high, dude. I'm just smoking a cigarette with you. It's like, that's how much they appreciate that shit over there.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I totally understand. You do need that nicotine rush. That totally makes sense.
It's interesting. It's different. Yeah. I'm trying to write some jokes where I'm just talking about how like it's way too late to be starting something dumb like that.
Absolutely.
And it's just like now that I'm smoking, next time my parents are out of town, I'm gonna jump on the bed and watch a rated R movie or something. You know, like
Right.
kinda like it's my delayed childhood.
You should smoke it. You should smoke it
because of my cult. growing up. It caused my development to push a little later. So I'm just getting into
You could
some
totally
stuff.
expand about all of that. You don't know what dumb thing might lead to one thing. It was like someone asked me a story. It's like, what's the story behind this T-shirt? And I was just like, oh yeah, well this was like like this one guy was a podcast host and he was in this band, and then and it just leads to a whole thing about music and radio and drugs, and you're just like, oh man, vapes could be that for you. No, and also it's like, because you can't smoke in a lot of bars that we go to and perform at, but there was this one time where the mic was broken at Dan Electro's, so I'm loud, so I just started yelling at these people, and I had
my neighbors are probably gonna be knocking on the door in a second.
I was like, don't have that guy back ever again. No,
There's someone yelling,
and I had like my weed vape, and I would just like I could find like the pauses to like do it and stuff like that. So it's like, if you could work out that rhythm with that joke, and it's like I have the feeling that I'm feeling cool smoking cigarettes up here, but I'm still a nerd. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something there. I think I'm hoping the delayed, just looking for the things that like I put later off in life. Like I didn't, all these tattoos and stuff, I didn't start getting these till I was 30.
Really?
Like I never, like all the dreams of getting a tattoo, like if I'd got tattoos at like 18 years old, they would all be like Metallica lyrics.
Absolutely.
I was deep into the Metallica.
I feel that, yeah.
And that's all I was already planning it out. Like I just want like 18-year-old, 18-year-old Drew. I feel like that's even a little old to be having these dumb ideas. Like,
Absolutely.
I want Metallica. I'm a bicep so I can let everybody know.
No, yeah, that's why I'm glad I waited till I was 22 to get this
you-
random little shitty knife.
You really put it off.
I really did.
Your patience is astounding.
Yeah. Have you had sex yet?
Oh, wait, we were gonna the other day. It's round and third.
You know what I mean?
One day.
Oh yeah. Oh, I had a lady friend over, and I made her an Irish coffee, and she left. I was wasn't a coffee drinker. She liked tea. And then
Swing and a miss.
I asked her like, "What are you, gay?" And then she got mad at me.
Yeah, there's some women.
Especially those ones with them college educations.
Yeah.
I was at a house party, and I had met a friend of a friend, and she was super into the same music I was. So we're really like just getting deep into like the Strokes or whatever the fuck, just bonding over nonsense and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then I made a misogynistic joke because like I was losing a point to Harris's sister, and I was losing, and I was just like, well, what the fuck do you know? You're a woman. And then it made the room laugh.
Right.
And then like she clung on to that.
Oh, no.
And then she was just like, oh, why would you say that? And I was like, because I had nothing better to say. So I just wanted to just go for the easy thing.
Yeah.
And then she's like, wow, it's very honest. I'm like, vulnerability is sexy. And I'm just saying, I have the option to cheat. I just don't.
Jamal.
Thank you, man.
You've got the charisma level of an elf
A
or
murderer.
something. I don't know. But, I've been playing Diablo lately, so my head is in like levels of elfhoodness or whatever.
Man, you're really putting off that having sex thing.
Like I said, one day, just wait.
It'll happen.
Just wait. I just don't want to rush it. Don't want to push it. You just let it happen naturally.
Hell yeah, dude. Adam Radliff, I'm coming for you. And then a message from our sponsors. This is brought to you by the JamalRahal Relief Fund. I've refused to get a job, and you can Venmo me or Cash App me at JamalRahal, or follow me and listen to my music on Spotify at JamalRahal. I get money from all those things. And now back to our regular scheduled programming. Adam Radliff, I'm coming for you. So you ever do? You big a psychedelics guy?
Super, super interested in that stuff. Super fun.
But you ever? How many? Okay, basically, first time. What's your relationship with it now? First time ever doing it, and what's it like now? Because sometimes you're like, oh yeah, the first time I did it, and then, but that was this long ago. Now I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was always like super. Like I don't know if you've seen the series like on Hulu, Hamilton's Pharmacopoeia.
Mm-mm.
Super great series, and he just breaks down like every psychedelic and like how it's made chemically, and he goes into like maybe where it's made and the culture effects around it and stuff. So like I've been super interested in kind of like, just got an ear out for that stuff, and kind of interested. Like shrooms, I think was the easiest thing. Mm-hmm. It feels like the safest. You can't like the Lord made it. Oh no, it's a plant.
You're absolutely correct.
So it feels like kind of
the
weird.
worst thing about it is that it legit just tastes like death.
It's not great.
The last time I did it was the last time I did it was Halloween, and I didn't really have I will always like have like a Sprite or something, a citrus soda, so a Sprite or a Squirt or something like that.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I just took one little pinch. I'm like, okay, and then I just shoved the rest in there, and I was like, why the fuck did I do this? And the reason why I brought up psychedelics is because I, for the first time ever in my life, like a weekend ago, like did acid.
Oh yeah.
With Connor, and we watched Shaun of the Dead to make sure we were trying to see if this is working or not, because I got it for free, and I was like, okay, I didn't have to pay for this. I
really want to get into this. You picked Shaun of the Dead.
Well, okay,
this is the control for you. Like you've watched this movie so many times.
So the way absolutely, but it was like so like we were at a house party. And then Connor was being all weird, and he's like, I don't know if I want to trip in front of, like, my friend's friends who I don't know. And I was like, you're being so lame, but I'm not going to do this without you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was like, let's just go to my house and then watch Spider-Verse or something. And he's just like, I'm down.
This feels like, yeah, that feels
so it's a 30-minute drive from my place to the friend's house.
Oh,
so we take it in the car, and I was like, by the time we get there, it should work.
Wow.
And then, like, nothing happens, really. And, like, I knew it was going to be a good night when I tried to buy Rillos or something. And I was like, hey, yeah, I want these. They're right there at the end on the left. Walks all the way to the right. And he's like, these ones, my friend. And I'm like, nah, bro, they're all the way at the left. Which ones? I'm like, these, and they're at the left. And he's like, oh, we're out of those, dude. And I'm like, I'm looking at him. I'm looking. I'm like, this guy's fucking with me right now. And then, like, I get him eventually, and I walk out, and I'm like, that wasn't because of me, was it? And it's like nothing was being weird, but the situation was weird. And I was like, this night's going to fucking do it. So we're at the house. And we're just getting ready to just smoke and drink. And I'm just like, okay, I need something in the background. I'm going through Xfinity movies. And I'm like, Shaun of the Dead. That's easy. Yeah. And then we couldn't, like, towards the end of it, we couldn't tell if they were actually dying or if that was just, like, the acid at its fucking peak, you know? And then, like, then Spider-Verse was too much. And, like, we capped off the night with, and I've never watched my favorite show of all time on psychedelics before, which is Futurama.
Yeah.
And I was under the impression that at least like a decent amount of people like knew what it was, but it's like people like what is it? Every girlfriend I've ever had, including Connor, just are not big into that show at all. So he just didn't understand. Okay, so like it was the one where they had to remake the TV show.
Yeah.
And the single female lawyer one, and it had that.
I was just singing that in my head the other day. Single female lawyer,
having lots of sex, yeah, pretty good. And like, you forget it's a 21-minute episode, but they take like 10 minutes to set up the plot of the whole thing. And Connor was like, "That's all this was for?" And I was just like, "Yeah." He was like, "Because the Earth got invaded.
Yeah.
Professor was like, oh, last time aliens got invaded Earth, they made all the scientists like have crazy sex." Oh yes. and then I show him Mars University, and he was like, I don't understand why they're doing this. And I was like, cause like, you know, it's like that thing where it's like they have a job but they're gonna do other things for no reason. And then it's like it was like this big dramatic moment where like Gunter the monkey runs away. He's like, why didn't I break his legs? And he was like, all that big build up to that. I was like,
I want to punch Connor in the face right now.
And I realized it.
I want to see his luscious hair.
And so in the third,
I want
to see I want to see the red flow into his blue of his eyes.
Oh, just the most beautiful you've ever seen, bloodied and
beaten. And pussy, you son of a bitch. No, and then the third example was the one where they get drafted.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, unless war were declared.
What just happened?
And then like war were declared. And then like, so like they're in it, they're drafted, all this is, he's like, why is this happening? And I'm like, because war were declared. And he's like, I get that, but why is this happening? Because I didn't want to spoil it that it was just like, for no reason. Like, that's literally what the point was. And he was like, and I, of course, get the hell off my planet. Yeah. And just my realization of just like Futurama is just, I mean, most great things are, but it's just one long bit.
Yeah.
The whole time. Like, I watched one last night, the Atlanta one, where it's Atlantis.
I can't remember. What happened?
So the fucking, it's so stupid because the setup is Hermes walks up. He's like, hey, I got this pet license for Nibbler. And it's like, Leela's like, I didn't know you cared about Nibbler. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I want to see him like crushed like a green snake under a sugarcane truck or something like that. He says something crazy like that. I just love filling out forms. He's like, oh my God, there must have been a mix up. This isn't a pet license. It's a fishing license. And then like and it's mandatory. And I was like, and that's like the first 2 minutes. And I like turned to my girlfriend. I was just like, I just realized like that's the setup just to get them to the ocean.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I filled out this license. Why don't it's just like, do you guys want to go fishing? Like, you know, the roundabout way they do that is just amazing and hilarious. And it's just all a bit. And they're like, okay, now they're fishing. Let's 5 minutes of jokes on this topic. It's like, okay, someone has to get sunburned. Zoidberg's going to eat the bait. Like, you know, it's like, it's all, there's just bits after bits. And I don't understand why people don't get it.
Yeah, no, I watch it almost every night. I've definitely gone through probably years of my life where it was just like on total cycle, just soaking it in subconsciously.
Was Adult Swim a huge part of your just existence?
Yeah, in college, because I'm so much older than you.
Yeah, like for me, I started watching Adult Swim when it came out when I was in first grade, because that's when 9/11 happened.
Right, that's what
that's how I remember. Adult Swim came out in 2001.
Really?
And then 9/11 happened.
That's how you
in
tie those two
2001.
together.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I, for some reason, had a TV for the longest time, and I would fall asleep to like Futurama and Aqua Teen and Family Guy and all those crazy things once they eventually got them.
I was big on Aqua Teen Hunger Force, which is the strangest probably cartoon that I've ever really been into.
It's so good, isn't it?
But it only came out at like 2 a.m. So by the time you were...
I was always an insomniac, even as a child. So I was just like, but still though, it's just, God damn it.
It doesn't have to make sense. It was just the most ridiculous crap that they could throw. It's like, it's almost like they tried to make it terrible, and the worse that they made it, people were like, you did it again.
Yeah.
How did you do it?
And it's like, and I was just like, I never really understood the concept of like short burst shows where it's like shows are 22 minutes.
Those were like 10 minutes or something.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
That, right?
And then with the commercials, they're the fifth. So it's either I realized, the same thing with Robot Chicken, and a lot of good shows are like they're just 15 minutes. And then like great cartoons like SpongeBob or Ed and Eddie and stuff like that, or Courage, the Cowardly Dog and stuff like that. It's like, okay, these are just 2 12-minute episodes.
What do you? Okay, you seem to be like you have some pretty deep opinions about animated
I love
comedy.
cartoons.
Yeah. So what? You just were ranking some things. What is like the best animated thing? If you had to vote, if you think most people would say this is the top animated.
Well, as far as
thing.
like adult cartoons go, I was just like, I would say, I mean, of course, Futurama is awesome just because of like they get like I'm not good with like science or anything like that. I don't understand that, but like the level of like deep cuts, like they the level of effort they put into their deep cuts, like they'll get like people with PhDs to write on the show. I'm glad it's capped off at 10 seasons, because I think I told you I was like first 5 seasons are fucking solid gold, platinum or whatever. They're platinum, and then the rest of it is gold. You know what I mean? That's how I feel, because like there's no like sometimes with a show there are a couple seasons that you're just like I'm not into these suck. And with them it was like some of them I could probably pick a few episodes. I'm like I could take or leave, but they had some bangers for like no reason.
For sure.
You know, and then like as far as like childhood cartoons go, dude, honestly, just because I think it explains why I'm the way that I am and how weird that I am, is like I love Ed and Eddie so much. Yeah. And then Courage the Cowardly Dog.
I'm too old to really have watched that.
Yeah, so like cause like those were
I know who they were
coming out.
Those
were coming out like I think like a little bit after I was born, so I would watch them from like 5 to like at ages 5 to like 10, they were like the heyday of
By the
that
time
shit.
I was just like, oh my god, my little sister's cartoons are on, and they're so annoying. Although we did bond.
You're like 10 years older than me. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, we did bond over Hannah Montana, though. I was kind of into that for a while. It's actually not a bad show. I challenge anyone to go back and watch episodes of Hannah Montana.
What I find interesting was that
the
Disney live action shit was very good at like attracting an audience to where it's like it didn't matter who the show was about. It could get boys and girls into that shit. Like That's So Raven slapped. That Hillary Duff show, was it called? Lizzie McGuire fucking slapped. Zach and Cody slapped. Sure. No, but you know what I mean. It was just and I mean, and even like those other cartoons I mentioned, like any like old Nick cartoons or Cartoon Network cartoons, whatever. It was like they didn't really have like a little aim or direction at any like general demographic. They're like, bro, it's just weird dudes and chicks just like, let's make some weird shit, and it just gravitated to it. Like Powerpuff Girls was one of my favorite shows, and it never occurred to me. I was like, yo, am I simping over these bitches? Like, you know, it never. and so it's like that argument or like that saying of like, there's not enough like female this, but it's like y'all just didn't watch Powerpuff Girls growing up, bro. Y'all are tripping. Bless you.
Thank you, Powerpuff.
But you
I
know
never
what
heard someone so passionate about Powerpuff.
Because they
although
slap.
it was a great show.
Yeah, no, and then they
I gotta
technically
do it
are
for that.
canon in the Gorillaz universe. The band,
they're
the leader of the Gangrene Gang filled in for bass on an album.
well,
it is canon.
So that's pretty much that locks it down.
They are in the movie, the Powerpuff Girls movie, the theatrical movie that I saw, and I remember being the only little boy in that theater.
Yeah,
and I remember like my dad's
little
just
boy, like how long ago?
That came out when I was a child.
Okay.
Yeah. You were probably my age. I don't know. And then no, and then like evidently like one of the villains is wrapped in a newspaper, and then it's got the Gorillaz. It was when the Feel Good Inc. and shit album came out, so it was like 2004 or 5. So I was like 10 or something or 9.
Nice.
I'm pretty good at like piecing my life together because I think I have a shitty memory, and I was like, let me just put it together with lit shit that happened. You know what I mean?
Like Powerpuff Girls stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I wasn't.
They could kick your ass, bro.
Yeah, I believe it. I was. They could, but I was a Ninja Turtles kid. Like that was my era. Ninja Turtles was everything to me. Donatello. I'm a Donatello for the record.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there.
I feel that.
To all the ladies listening to this podcast, I am a Donatello.
Mm-hmm. That's a fucking. He looks great in blue.
I don't know. You just like you.
No,
just,
I absolutely love
purple. What the hell?
I'm colorblind.
Oh God.
And no, yeah, he's the smart one that probably crushes puss, right?
Yeah, you know, he's got his shit together.
Mm-hmm.
Like these other turtles, like he's just one's partying, one's mad, one's trying to tell everybody what to do. This guy's the one who's actually getting stuff done.
Absolutely.
Right?
He is the Simon of the yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
Did you watch Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
You mean like there's a combo show?
It's a movie. It's a really good movie.
It's
produced by Nickelodeon, and it's PG, and it is so for the people who love. I made my brother, who was 36, watch it because he was like super into Ninja Turtles and all that shit too. Like, and I was like, you gotta. He loves Batman and stuff. Like, he saw Batman '89 when it came out.
Sure.
And then like I was just
Batman
like, you gotta watch
89.
this. He was like, dude. The moment when Shredder and Batman start fighting and they play the song from like the live action movie when Shredder first shows up, I like fucking almost cried. And, like, that's what he told me because it's like literally just like this is just for the weirdos who love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Right? This is an animated movie. And do you know I really love voice acting stuff. So that guy Troy Baker who can do like the Joker impression just like Mark Hamill basically, but he sounds younger.
Yeah.
Did you ever play any of the Arkham games?
Not really.
Okay, so Troy Baker is this guy. He played Batman in the Telltale games. He's really good. He can sound like that classic Mark Hamill Joker, but like I said, a little younger.
Sure.
And so basically in this movie, he's Batman and the Joker. And you cannot tell the difference. Wow. And it's like all the villains turn into animals. And it's just literally like, hey, what if Batman Mutant Ninja Turtle? You should totally watch that shit. It's amazing. I'm
interested.
It is amazing.
Yeah. You know, I don't see the Turtles crossing over with anyone. I have a bit where I talk about how like that. What a weird reaction, the you know, like when they touch nuclear waste or something. And
that's the same nuclear waste that gave Daredevil his powers.
Maybe so. Oh
no, that is.
Oh, that is. So there is a tie-in.
Absolutely.
Who gets to decide that?
God, bro.
You said that so confidently that I was
if you don't know what to say,
I think I was like, I think I believe it. I'm pretty sure that's how that happens.
And cartoons fucking great. Like, it's just like, and it's like, I hate to like, I'm not bringing her up just to prove to you that she's real. But no, my girlfriend was like, no. But my girlfriend was just like, no, yeah. So like, you know, I was just trying to like dress my kid in like this cool outfit. He was just wearing skinny jeans and he was wearing like shoes with just like a cartoon on them, and then like, you know, a denim jacket. And I was like, I dress like that. You telling me I dress like a toddler? You know what I mean? And it's just like, I'm just, as I grow up, I'm accepting. I mean, like, okay, hey, dude, we're on acid right now. Do you want to watch Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse? Like the deep cut, like the deepest of deep cuts of Spider-Man flicks, like, you know what I mean, that they somehow made general for people.
Sure.
On acid as an adult. And I'm like, yeah. And
That just felt like an easy answer for you.
I'm trying to accept that I'm gonna love Batman and Spider-Man and gay shit like that. And I like Batman and Ninja Turtles. I keep saying and I don't know if it's versus because like they fight for like 10 minutes of like they always do. But like I'm gonna love this shit for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I think there's an attachment that you get.
I've genuinely said this and still mean this unironically that like, yeah, the Michael Bay like Ninja Turtle movies suck, but the best part of those movies are the turtles. Johnny Knoxville's a great Leonardo, bro.
Johnny Knoxville. Hot take right there. Oh, yeah. I don't know.
They focus too much on like not April O'Neil. Because she's such like a bad actress as April O'Neil,
right?
You know what I mean? But like the turtles are great. I
guess I couldn't get excited about those movies.
I thought they were like the part where they're just like getting ready to fight and they just start making a beat for no reason. I thought that was pretty.
It was funny.
On point.
It was fun and funny. And if I was 12, I would be like, "This is great."
But I was in high school, you son of a bitch.
But I can't get excited about that. I like the dark, gritty, like 89 or 91 or whatever the early that first Turtles movie. Like it's the grittiness that always makes me excited about when Batman went Dark Knight.
Well, that's like the thing of just like
turn down.
You can't make movies like that, like how they did like in like the 90s or the early 2000s. It's like because there's like the same thing with cartoons. It was like there's a certain level of like because they never let the whole we're adults making this stuff get away from them. You know what I mean?
I feel like you would know the answer to this question. Did they make a gritty Power Rangers reboot, or was that just little teasers?
No, it was real.
It was a whole movie.
Bryan Cranston was like the dude who gave him the suits because he was like big in it, like the original show.
He was a voiceover.
I never saw it. Yeah, I never saw it, but like it has like a Man of Steel type fight at the end where it's like a small town like crazy ass fight.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Banks is like the villain, and Krispy Kreme is like.
You know so much more.
I love watching people talk about movies, so I don't have to watch them.
Okay.
And I love watching different people talk about the same shitty movie to see who's wrong or who. Just to see how like I've heard some people say. I've literally heard like down to a scene where like one reviewer was like, "This shit is cool. They think this shit is cool because of this," and then another guy who just be like, "Yeah, and like I think it's really cool that they be able to do it because of that," and I'm just like. And it's just like I don't have to watch this shit. I can just hear other people. It's like the equivalent. It's almost like how like kids don't play video games. They could just like watch streamers.
Which is
I feel like that's not as bad. Because like movies, especially if you're really into movies or just writing or just stories, people fucking you could guess a story. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. They play Revocation in the movie. That's a really good metal band.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, dude, what is the gay chick gonna listen to? Revocation, dude. And I was like, I'm a gay chick. I love Revocation, bro.
I guess I need to see this now.
I think it's good. I think people really like it. You know what I mean? Like, they have that joke in the trailer where it was like that blonde guy. Probably the guy you would play if you were a Power Ranger was like, oh my god, dude, I'm
Billy.
He's like, I'm the black guy because he was the black Ranger, and he's like, you're not.
Friday?
He's like, in the black guy, he's like, you're not the black guy. He's like, yeah, I am. I believe that was in the trailer.
Oh my
yes,
gosh.
yeah.
Okay, I definitely want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw like some clips. I remember some little clips popped up, and it was like dark and kind of like gritty or something like that, and I was like, okay, like,
I think it was one of those things.
I'm interested in that stuff. If
I
they made
don't
Sonic the
remember-
Hedgehog and it was gritty,
Apparently, it slapped.
and it was gritty, I would be like, I'll watch that. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, they tried to do that with
Get
that
them
Mario
coins,
movie,
bro.
dog.
I love that Mario movie
Because it's a fucking trip.
I've got it right there.
I see it. Yeah, I recognize it. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I forget the
How is he
Bob
the
Hoskins.
only? Yeah, Bob Hopkins. Yeah, there was a couple actual names in there, right?
Yeah, they almost got Arnold Schwarzenegger to do it, but like it was just like I've watched people talk about how crazy that movie is too, and it was like John Leguizamo is one of the it's crazy.
Yeah.
John Leguizamo is one of those actors who was just like, dude, you are like so talented, but you have done and will continue to do the most bottom of the barrel stuff, and then like, but when he's great, and I was just like, that guy's just insane.
Moulin Rouge, or come on, like Is
I
it?
never watched Moulin Rouge.
Are you kidding me? I'm the one out of us two. I'm the one who's
I
seen
know.
Moulin Rouge.
I know, yeah.
Would not have guessed that coming into this conversation.
Absolutely. I love musicals, dude.
That's, that's the trivia note in the bottom.
You know what's one of the biggest regrets of my life is that I never got to do a musical when I was big into theater.
Yeah, why not?
Isn't that gay? I think I was playing music.
Oh, okay.
They ain't never let me sing, Drew. All I ever wanted to do was sing.
Yeah, we got the
I'm kidding.
I would listen to the Jamal Rahal 2020 record. Drop a mixtape on us.
Oh man, I'm gonna take a like we were saying it earlier how like you made yourself quarantine.
Yeah.
Because you said it's like I may or may not have like had herpes for a little while. I'm gonna
Yeah,
just be
you
alone
just
in my.
give
So
us
it
a
was
break.
like I've been thinking about that because I have been like hitting like just the public a lot. You
Yeah,
know what I
just
mean?
been out there.
Going to open mics, doing whatever the fuck, and I'm
Oh,
like,
okay,
okay, so I just need to
yeah.
take a moment to like if I'm gonna spend 2 weeks to be at home, it's definitely gonna be the 2 weeks of the holidays. And with this like weird little thing that I have, I can definitely drop at least one little single
Yeah.
and put it out for
Yeah.
Christmas to be like, hey, bro. Merry Birthmas. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm definitely, that's my plan for
Yeah.
this month is to at least drop one
You're
single.
gonna. Oh, I'm ready.
I'm trying to.
Let me
And
know if I can
it's,
help.
It's going to be rap and,
Certainly. Hard
oh my
rap
God.
rock actually.
Rap rock. Yeah. It's like,
back.
you know,
No one's doing that anymore. there's
you trying to change that shit, bro?
There's a hole in the industry right now that you can just come in and own the rap rock game.
Hell yeah.
But who's
There was a whole guy
Limp Bizkit is
with,
done.
there was a whole guy with dreads who beatboxed.
Yeah.
Whose name was John. He's the singer of Korn. That's what I mean. But it was, but you know what I mean? Like we allowed this for so long.
He's the scariest beatboxer that I've ever experienced. That is some real scary beatboxing.
Bro, can you imagine?
It's like he's
he goes
summoning a demon.
Can you imagine being at a party in the hood and it was like, oh, hey, bro, my boy, his name's Jonathan Davis. So he's like, hey, my boy JD coming through. Oh, that weird motherfucker with the dreads, bro. He's like, hey, what's good, y'all? Boom, cha, cha, boom. You know what I mean? Like, get the see, like I'm telling a story about the hood and I don't have my gunshot sound effect. This is racist, bro.
Oh gosh, I love that beatboxer, Jonathan Davis. Woo!
And now it's time for our sponsors. You know, I refuse to get a job. If you would like to donate to my Venmo or Cash App at JamalRahal, or listen to my music at JamalRahal on Spotify and Apple Music, or listen to my podcast on YouTube and all those great places, definitely do that. Adam Radcliffe, I'm coming for you.
Is this the portion of the show where we just talk about how terrible Adam Radcliffe is?
No, man. I mean, like, dude, I've learned that like beefs and inside joke beefs are fun to sell to the public because you're like, how do I get such a deep and personal thing make sense
Bless
to a
you,
word?
sir.
Thank you. I hate it when people would burp or cough and I would say bless you and they're like, that was not a sneeze, and I'm like, I'm about to deck you in your motherfucking temple.
You gave me a bless you earlier, so I was stocked and ready with one bless you to return.
I just feel like it's polite. You
here
know what I
for
mean?
you.
Can you imagine it's like, "Shit!" and you just like have to act like that was normal?
Yeah.
Yeah, you bless me and it's normal.
Yeah, it's like, it is. It is. It just because it eases your the shame and guilt that you feel.
Absolutely.
It's like Hey,
I don't remember what we were talking
It
about. Okay, no,
absolves.
beefs. So the fun, the fun I legit was like, I was just going to be I don't remember what we were saying.
Who are we?
But it's like, it helps you, like, how do I make this, like, deeply, like, personal thing that no one else would get available to the general public? And I was just like, let's put pictures and just be like, this is my friend who does what I do. Fuck this guy. You know what I mean? Like, I got in trouble because I released my They Gotta Go list. That's my hit list.
It's your hit list.
Yeah, it's called a They Gotta
They
Go
Gotta
list.
Go list.
Because
So
it's like
not-
a hit list is too intense, but they gotta
Right.
go. Hey, they just got
Yeah,
to
they
get
gotta-
the fuck up
they
out
just
of here,
gotta
bro.
go.
They gotta
Okay.
go. So, you know,
They
Juice
gotta
Maxwell,
go.
we squashed the beef.
Oh, okay.
You
Safe.
fine.
He's
you
safe.
safe.
Green lights. Okay.
Yeah, we kissed on Halloween. He cleansed my demons. Amen.
Is that how how it happens these days? A kiss from Juice
A
Maxwell.
kiss from Juice Maxwell.
cleanses
Like,
your
yeah,
sins?
bro.
Do we need to call the
You
Pope?
making me sound crazy for telling you the truth, bro. You know? No, and then yeah, I kind of still forgot what we're talking about.
Chasing all the rabbits.
Oh yeah, so enemies of the show.
Right.
Adam Radcliffe, I'm coming for you,
You're-
and like
They Gotta Go
at the
list.
top of the list right now is Ziggy Justice, this weird zombie-eyed fuck who I am going to.
Is this a real person?
This is my. I mean, he's technically like a nephew to me. I've lived with the guy for about a week. You know what I mean? We chill every other day. This is Charles's dog.
I was like, I think you're on. I think the drugs are kicking in, Jamal. I think. What did you take?
No, I posted that they gotta go listen for fun. I put Ziggy, and Charles's girlfriend was like, "How dare you put my son on the same list as Adam?" I was like, "This list can keep growing," and she's like, "Bet." So, anyways, Brian Gendron, welcome to the list.
Hey.
I got your homie here. We're cool, but don't mean that we're cool. All right? I don't know. This is fun for me.
It's like a WWF promo.
Absolutely.
All right, Brian.
Brian Gendron, you blonde-haired, perfect kendo-looking fuck. Get off that.
What is that thing called? A
Peloton? I'ma just chop you in your motherfucking collarbone, Brian.
Check out Breaking Down Bits, a great show with Drew Jordan and Brian Gendron. They won't ask me how to break down my bits though, because I'm gonna break you down, Brian. I'm not into wrestling, but I think I know you are, so that was for you.
I appreciate that. You know, I'm a new convert, but because I actually tried wrestling recently.
Yeah. Oh, tell me about that.
That was so
actually. It's been 27 minutes. Let's.
We got
Adam Radliff, I'm coming for you. And then a message from our sponsors. This is brought to you by the JamalRahal Relief Fund. I've refused to get a job, and you can Venmo me or Cash App me at JamalRahal, or follow me and listen to my music on Spotify at JamalRahal. I get money from all those things. And now back to our regular scheduled programming. Adam Radliff, I'm coming for you. Tight. All right.
I think that should be the end of every podcast. So you just go tight.
Oh no, that's how we started, me and Charles, because that's like the sound clap, and I usually do 1, 2, 3, and I just realized I didn't do it for the second one we did, so I'm like, that's just a punishment for myself.
You're gonna have to line that stuff up so perfectly.
So you're a luchador now?
A luchador. Oh well, not exactly a luchador. I'm not sure what my belt rating is, but I started this YouTube series called New to Drew, and I just wanted, because I'm boring and I'm an introvert. And this was a way I could like force myself to do things that sounded fun and hang out with friends that I may not hang out with otherwise.
Absolutely.
So I got a buddy on the East Coast in Florida who teaches surfing. So I flew out there and he taught me how to surf, and we filmed it. That's episode 1.
When was that?
Halloween.
This past Halloween, you just learned how to surf?
Yeah.
That is fucking badass. That's so cool.
Like I said, I got the Arrested Development. Like I didn't start doing life, until I was like after I was divorced and all this stuff. So I'm doing shit in my 30s that most people experienced probably when they were like 20.
Yeah, no. I mean, as I go on, just like befriending people who are basically how I say they're like the same age as my brother, because he's like 11 years older than I am, and it's that. The 30s aren't really what people, or like what you think they are. It's like it's just like your 20s, but you're like 27
but now
longer.
Like maybe you have a job.
Yeah.
Now in your 30s,
it's a little bit more solid,
and it's actually you have a little more. You can actually do a little more than you could. You're just scraping by everything in your 20s and your 30s. Maybe you think life's a little more comfortable.
Absolutely.
But you're still fun.
Absolutely,
you can still do things.
I hate that I brought him up twice in your episode, but I don't mean this as a dig to you at all or disrespect to you. But Dobbs brought up a very good point.
Yeah.
When randomly I was just doing his show, and he was just like, I think I'm making a joke. I was like, we're getting old, Dobbs. Like, it was like the same age, I think. And he was just like, it's like, nah, man, I'm fucking excited to be 30. And I was like, hey, bro, you're right. I'm hating right now. Like, because it's like, I mean, just hanging out with, that's not another good example, but like people like Biggio. I feel like just the other older comics into it who are just like all the same age as us. I'm like, people who really have got like it thought out, like so like they're just over. It's like how like people in their 20s are like, I can't call a doctor to make an appointment. It's like, it's not that big of a deal. Your 30s aren't that big of a deal. Just do it. It's actually very fun.
No, I'm way more scared of 40s now.
It's
the
nice
40s
to go home early after a night of getting fucked up, right?
You have the power to strategize. You're like, hey, look, I've made all the mistakes once, and now I know you're on the second lap. Mm-hmm. And you're kind of like, I got this together now. And your 30s can actually be way more fun because you're not doing all the the bad stupid stuff that failed in the 20s.
No extra pressure on you, but I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of the people we have come to admire, like just the famous people we like comics or whatever the fuck,
Sure.
really strive in their 40s. So you got to get it together, dude.
Some women have like the biological clock thing. I have like the clock for me is just like,
Isn't it great?
Get funny fast.
Isn't it great being a man, though?
Gosh, it's so great.
This is brought to you by Women Ain't Shit Gang. I'm sorry.
Hims is a sponsor.
Hims is a sponsor.
Thank you so much
Look at this
for
hairline. Mine's fighting for a chance. Don't be a Jamal. No, so you're just like forcing yourself to do these new things.
Yeah, so I tried all these
It's
new
a
things.
glorified midlife crisis.
It's like I'm filming the midlife crisis, except there's not like a lot of money involved. I'm not
It's
buying
like
a sports car.
The difference between Steve-O being a stand-up comedian
Yeah.
and a lunatic is him recording it and putting it on stage, right?
Exactly. Like if he didn't film it, we'd be like, "Whew, that guy's crazy."
That's just what you do, dog?
Like if he didn't film it, if he just did it just
Yeah.
for fun, that guy's where he's in a pen.
yeah, this is just what I do.
He's in a pen somewhere. But because he films it, we're like, okay, we get it. Like that isn't that the yeah, okay.
So you've learned to surf, and
Nope,
then
learned
what
to
was
surf.
there anything before wrestling?
The
Or is
farmers
wrestling the
market.
most recent? Was
Yeah,
wrestling the most recent?
Yes, wrestling is the most recent. So I did the surf. Went to Jacksonville, Florida, to learn how to surf.
Mm-hmm.
Back in Houston, here I went to the farmers market with Brian and his family.
Enemy of the show.
So that's coming out. Yeah, sorry about that, but he is the co-host, kind of, sort of the guest.
Check out Breaking Down Bits with my good buddy Drew Jordan and enemy of the show Brian Gendron.
I like you should just every time you introduce him, the enemy of the show.
Enemy of the show.
So
I got that from Drew Hallway, but he never released his podcast, so
Yeah.
fuck you, Drew.
You know, yeah,
That's my friend.
yeah, great artist steal,
Absolutely.
and you're a great artist.
Oh man, you ain't get it.
So the most recent one, wrestling.
Yes.
Through a friend of a friend, I meet up with this guy named Nate Slater. He is a large, scary man. I would guess around 300 pounds, maybe 6'2" ish. Very strong man. A man you do not want to get in a physical altercation with.
I'm just gonna ask for my listeners because what skin color is he?
Oh,
That's a quote. That's a quote from Pineapple Express. Goddammit. It's hard to quote that part of the movie, and I don't know. People are like, "Why is that the quote from that movie that you?" Craig Robinson said it. He was on the phone. Was skin color what? They were white guys. I don't know. One of them could have been a Jew. All right, I saved us from getting canceled once again.
that all clicks. I'm not sure where to pick up from there. So anyway, we met him.
Answer the question.
He's Caucasian.
Thank you.
He's a Caucasian man. And so he agreed to show me the ropes. And so I went out there and we
I love white people showing each other how to do stuff with ropes.
yeah, it's,
I'm sorry.
oh gosh. Sorry. So we pick out my wrestling outfit. We come up with a wrestler name for me. And then he shows me a bunch of moves and basically kicks my ass for 30 minutes.
You can't just gloss over what your outfit is and what your name is, dog. So El Drucifer?
Yeah, I wish.
Because it's like they say, it's like, no, it's like, because like you're a wrestler and a luchador, so it's like you're Drucifer in America, but you're El Druablo and I'm sorry, I just try to bring it back how you're a Diablo guy and it's
Diablo, Diabros.
Diabros.
Yeah, so I came in with some suggestions like Dirty D, and my tagline would be "Gonna send you to the clinic," and I thought that
That's
would
because
be,
my mind went straight to STD. Okay,
that sounds
I like
funny.
That.
I thought that was going
that.
to be a fun, playful name, and it turns out after all the process, my actual wrestling name is Glitter Stick.
So still with the STD move, but
Yeah,
what brought up Glitter Stick?
I let everyone on my.
It sounds like a drag queen name.
It does. So I let everyone on social media put it out there for my friends to come up with
Glitter stick's gonna put you in the fucking pit.
Like,
Yes,
right?
Yeah, that's how I did it on the film. I wish it. I hope it sounds like that. If not, you're going to come in and actually record
For a
my voice.
non-wrestling fan who has done this voice because he saw someone doing an impression on a TV show that wasn't that character,
Right.
I think I'm
So
crushing
you're like a
it.
secondhand impressionist.
Absolutely, yes.
It's still just as bad for your health. Yeah. So we did the wrestling video. I haven't released that one yet. Farmer's Market will get released soon though.
Did you realize your cardio was shit?
I think my cardio is not terrible. But
like,
my
I tried to
bone
grab-
structure
okay.
is just trash.
I didn't realize I'm real clicky, dude. I pop real good.
No, he did a couple moves to me that. So if you know, I'm learning because I wasn't allowed to watch wrestling as a child. Obviously, the Baptists don't do that.
Because it's gay.
That yeah.
A bunch of sweaty, beautiful grown men wearing Speedos
Why?
with rock hard cocks.
Is that how they sell it?
There was one time, Patrick Eady, my
Is
best
that Hell
friend.
in a Cell? Okay.
My Patrick Eady, my best friend, enemy of the show. I'm kidding. But no, but like one time we were just at his house and he just starts playing wrestling and he like halfway through he's like, I just love how angry Jamal is right now. And I'm just like, I'm just watching these idiots set up a ladder for 5 seconds. You know what I mean? I'm just like, as a theater kid, I should love it.
All right.
But it's like, I don't know. But it's like this. It's how like, as like some guy, it's almost like you could be a hipster about it. It's like I don't really like the mainstream stuff, but that local shit where they really got to get hurt.
Yeah.
I like that, brother.
Yeah, it's like you gotta catch the rising stars.
Exactly.
You know, and my guy Nate Slater, for the record, dual belt holding, general ass kicking champion. Actually, he won a belt the night I went to watch him.
That is badass.
He's got a belt, 2 belts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't have any wrestling. How many wrestling belts do you have? I got none. Jamal.
I wear pants that fit, son. I was thinking, like, I was trying to make a stupid joke because you were like, he's got 2 wrestling belts. I'm like, why didn't give him suspenders? I'm like, I'm sorry. We're like, how big is this fella?
I think heavyweight should get suspenders instead of a belt, you know, like, and the heavyweight suspender wearer.
Oh my God. I had coworkers who would wear, like, we had to wear suspenders at work and they would wear belts with them. I'm like, you know what?
Is that like why they're strip club? Where did you work?
A movie theater.
Oh, you wore a shirt. Okay, fine.
Yeah. Oh.
I was thinking just like shirtless with the strap.
No, you deserve it. So,
You had to wear suspenders, and that was a tough day.
what is it? Did your body look like after a paintball battle, which is bruised up everywhere in random places you know could get bruised up?
Yeah, wait, what?
Like your ego? We're just still talking about wrestling.
Oh, yes. Oh, sorry, I got confused there. I was like, yes, I have been shot by paintballs. Yes, I was bruised up. He did the Ric Flair chop to my general chest area, and for about a week I had his whole handprint in red. Those the thing that got me, the thing that's crazy, so you don't realize, is those ropes. They're not ropes. They're metal cables wrapped in rubber.
So the trampoline cables like that, or the springs, or they're
way stronger and tighter and more solid, and
like
painful.
maybe like the things where it's like a metal wire that will like be in between 2 poles. It's like, hey, don't go down this road.
That kind of stuff.
So fuck that.
So you go bound. He's like, hit him harder, Drew, because he's like pushing me to like do the thing, and I had 3 like crazy bruises down my body. Anytime I see someone hit those ropes and just really come off them, I have so much respect.
PTSD, and you're just
I'm just like, ooh, these guys, ooh.
And you're like, hey, this floor is real bouncy, but getting slammed on it still hurts a lot.
Yeah, I got body slammed. That was the finale of the episode where I get body slammed with no pad. He just full on lays me out like just a sack of potatoes because I was not in any shape to fight back at all.
Right.
He almost choked me out too. We almost went unconscious on that one.
Yeah, dude. I remember the one time I was ever wrestling. I think I was 13. And it was with a girl who was 17.
Oh.
She was so hot. I was at one of those trampoline parks that was rented out for someone's birthday. So it was just me and her and this like moon bouncy type thing.
Yeah.
And she is choking me out. And I am just very deep in her chest. And I'm like, wrestling ain't as gay as I remember. We'll be right back. No, I'm kidding. I wanted to ask.
And you can watch that on Pornhub now.
So it was surfing, farmer's market, wrestling.
Yeah.
What are you going to do next?
I don't know, man. I think so. I'm
stripper.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
COVID stripper. My birthday's next month, Drew.
Oh, okay. Look, hey, if you want to set up an episode, teach me something. I don't know what I think. So, like, one of my friends is a dance instructor and does like classic hip hop style
dancing. I'm already
dancing.
into that. Yeah.
And I'm the worst. Dancing is the thing that I'm most terrified of. I'm terrible. I'm white. I grew up Baptist. We didn't dance. I didn't have. Like, people have, this is where we get into my psychosis. Like, just lean into it. Like, everyone else has, like, years of comfortable dance life experience. You know, you've tried to move, you've seen if it's worked or not. So I'm starting from scratch, and then I'm just terrified of it. So I can't. My dance library is very low.
Do you understand that it's not all in your hands and you have to move your ass a lot?
Well, yeah.
'Cause that's what fucked my mind
were you
up.
just like you
I
thinking
fucked my
it's
mind
all
up. It's
here?
not a lot of this. It's a lot of that. You know
Okay.
what I
See,
mean?
I
And
don't
like
have any-
that'll fucking change your life. You know how many times like I just
believed it.
jokingly go like that, and
Yeah.
some chicks and a few dudes are like, "Oh my god!" And I'm just like, I'm doing something.
And then
right.
the guys are like, "Oh my god!"
You know how you know you're killing it when a black DJ is like, "Okay," like oh, you're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
stop it."
That's the only time a DJ would say that about me was when they're like, "Okay," like trying
Like,
to.
okay, we don't have the KKK anthem on
I know they're just like
on this karaoke list
they're
here,
trying
son.
to wave in the medical professionals. He's okay. He's right there. He hurt himself.
Someone's having
We
a
don't
seizure.
know.
Nah, man, I'm just dancing.
I just my ankles.
One time
are-
I tried to do karaoke and I went up to this guy. And he said, "What's your name, brother?" And I was like, "I'm Jamal." And he's like, "Jamal, let me find out you half African." I'm just like, "Can I sing David Bowie or not, sir?" So you play instruments. So you're just
Yeah.
are you more of a guitarist?
Yeah, guitar is kind of where I spent most of my time.
Do you think maybe lean into a different instrument?
I play bass and some keys.
I'm saying like for your next experiment, it's like
Oh, for
why don't
my
I just
next
try to why don't you try
experiment.
to be a front man? You're an introvert. Why don't you try to be a front man?
Yeah. You know, something musical would be fun. I got a couple
Do
friends.
karaoke a few times and just be goofy.
Get
you know what
hot.
I mean?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. I think, piano. I'd always want to be a better piano player. Like, I feel like that would be something
You
to
ever
be
listen
like,
to Between the Buried and Me?
between the band. You know, I know of the band.
They
but I
started
haven't-
off as like a metalcore
It's
band, and they
classical
went on to
piano.
just like extra really weird. The singer is amazing at piano for like no reason. There's this great song.
He's
off
bored
this
all the
one-
times. He's like, when he's nursing a sore throat.
Absolutely. No, so it's like, but like he's an amazing piano player. They like there's this great song I have to show you, and it's just like, bro, do that.
Yeah.
Try this one song. That should be your next challenge. Because he's sitting there like, bam, dan, 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 bam, dan. It's like, and then he just does like this crazy, like kind of like almost 70s glammy, kind of like get down and you know what I mean, like
Wow.
into the void, like something like that. And then he's going bam, dan, 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 bam, 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 bam. Like it's really nice. And I think like I don't know. Musically challenging would be fun.
You sold me.
What if you could be a fucking? It's like, how much can I fucking deadlift in a month, bro? Like, you know what I mean?
Yes, stretching.
I'm just truly into the. I'm just totally into the idea.
want me to get hurt somehow.
No, I mean like I'm just totally into the idea of just like Hurt Burt, because like that was that show Hurt Burt where he just did random shit.
yeah.
But instead of like a crazy dude who wants the attention, it's a dude
Yeah.
who's just like,
I don't really
nah,
want to do
dog,
this.
yeah.
Don't make me, please. Yeah, no, I want to do.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Nobody. I want to get out and try new stuff. I want to do stuff that scares me, stuff that is the opposite of what I would typically want to do.
You
so.
skateboarder?
That's one that came up.
Why don't you try longboarding down like a long hill or something?
Here's a problem. I don't want to. I'm a kind of a pansy, so I don't want to do something that's going to, for sure, hurt myself.
I don't think it would be any judgment.
My
if you
balance
wore,
is
no, if you know
okay.
if you wore jeans,
Yeah.
the
I would wear
knee
every
pads,
pad
the
possible.
every pad possible.
I would look like a ninja turtle.
a leather jacket, so you don't scrape up your arms that aren't covered by pads.
I can't lose these tattoos.
Absolutely not. No, I mean I think like I would not judge you at all for doing
What
that.
if I like wrap myself in bubble wrap? Just
What
to,
if you
like,
started
make sure?
rapping, dog?
I could pull out some raps. I did
Bro,
a little rapping back in the day.
What was your rap name?
String bean.
Hell yeah, bro. That's
No,
tight as hell.
That was one of my names, but my main name was the Drizzle.
I love that.
Yeah, who is the Drizzle? Because Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yes. And I used to call myself White Jesus because everyone thought I
Oh.
was white, but that's
Yeah.
already a rapper's name.
Someone's already taken that one.
Yeah. Dude's black. It's not
Huh? There's
fair.
Black Moses.
I don't know who it is. But it's like, no, so I just, you know how like there's the ASAP mob?
Yeah.
I call instead of Ty Dolla Sign, I'm J Dolla Sign.
Okay. All right. J Dolla.
But I think you should try, I like how I'm like, oh, if you're going to try crazy things you've never done before, try rapping. I've done it before. I've actually got here's a little catalog
I've
of
got
it.
3 mixtapes. Want to check them out?
Mm-hmm.
The Driz.
I have a SoundCloud.
Yeah. I actually do have some. Yeah. I did some of that as a joke as a kid because I loved comedy and music. So I've always
Henry
made.
Price. I have a video of Henry Price. He was like, I used to rap when I was a kid.
I bet he was actually
one
good.
One dude at our open mic, because we used to host a Sunday mic at the C group, and this guy just showed up, this random rapper. He tried to hand Henry a CD, and he's like, we don't have a CD drive here. It's just the computer and a mixer. We don't have a CD drive.
Yeah.
So he just acapella rapped.
Yeah.
And then Henry was like, well, I used to rap. And I have like it's a long-ish, like I have like a 5-minute thing of him just going in.
Yeah,
And it's just like, I sent it to him, and I think he released it when it happened. So it's like, it'll come up in a Facebook memory one day, but it's just like, you'd be surprised who raps. It's like when you get a DWI and you find out how many comics have one. Like my enemy, Brian Gendron. I'll probably not put that part in. You know what I mean? Just out of respect for him. But like, fuck that guy. No. I could totally block his name out, and that joke would still stand because you're like, oh, you respect him, but you still like.
It's if you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Jamal. J Dollar.
Sign.
Yes. What did you aspire to be as a child? What was your
actor.
Really? You went right for the actor thing.
I loved theater, and I loved
penis.
I mean,
oh no.
I was a very terrible queer, man. I mean, all my life I've just like, you know, when you like people.
I'm not great at being straight.
You try to be like what people think you are, and you're just like, I ain't too great at this stuff, bro. Like, I love musical theater.
Yeah.
But I still think it's kind of gay. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, I mean, I used to host a gay-themed show as one of the dudes who was just like, hey, I hope this guy's gay.
Yeah.
And then, like, it helped me meet a lot of women.
That's how whenever I was booked on that show, I would always say, well, I guess I'm they hope or I'm probable.
And you have a great, like, everyone agrees that one joke.
All right.
It's like, I couldn't commit to being gay because of this, but it's like, that's your best joke so far.
Right. You came up to me, I think maybe the day or soon at a mic after when I started telling that joke, and you were like, Drew.
That's it.
That's the one. So I've built around my kingdom of comedy around that one joke about my sexual preference.
I'll just, because I don't want to give any bit or anything like that away, but it's like, but your Planned Parenthood one.
Yeah.
Fucking, I love that one too. But it was like I think the reason why I love hyping up people, it's like, you got something good. It was like, because out of the 3 hosts, it was like, Bob was like, I've been doing this the longest, so I know like the most people who I can get like deeper cut comics to do this, and Drew's just like, I know some people too, and Jamal's just like, I can just figure out the new people who aren't awful, and like, you know what I mean.
Right. Well, that's fun for like, it's really nice that local shows will like look for new talent, and for the guys who go out to open mics and actually watch sets. I've seen it happen a time or two when these guys who have host shows watch the sets and they find someone, they go, hey, you're really funny, like let me, and they have never done a show before.
I don't like, well, I mean, like hosting an open mic or hosting in general is awesome because it teaches you a lot of things, but like I've memorized a lot of people's sets for no reason.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's like I can like say them along to you or like just fuck with you like at the same, and it's so fun. And people can do the same thing about like Alicia Quacker was very good.
Right.
Sorry to dead name you there, bud. But like she was very good. It's like, let's just take each other's material. I'll talk about how I'm a drunk with multiple DUIs. And I was like, oh, that's all I am to you, dog.
I think that's the best idea. I was kind of hoping that someone would put together a Christmas party, but where the whole theme of it is you go into a fishbowl and you grab someone's name and you have to like try to do their set.
Oh no, that actually sounds very fun. Everyone like, okay, so like, and like it's just certain times people are just like, hey, like what's a new idea for a show that people could do? Like just put in your suggestions.
Yeah. And
then it's like a lot of times it'd be because like the idea of like, swap sets, that idea has always been brought up because it's proven that everyone loves that idea, but it is so inside. It's like, fuck, why can't we be famous?
Yeah, what is holding us all back?
It's
Lack
almost
of
like
talent,
or maybe it's the fact that we don't want to do our own material.
we think it's more fun to try. So
hey, how about I do like it'd be really awesome if I could do Trey Tutson's set. How about that? Wouldn't that be a great time? Hey, what if I could be Dave Chappelle for a night? Would you guys love me?
That'd be so great for maybe just like a Christmas party for the comics. If you get like your group of comics
there
together.
was this one show where we tried to, it was like when Scotty lived at his old warehouse, his original warehouse, the one that was next to that gay bathhouse that burned down. and so
hate
like
when that happens.
Yeah, right.
Gosh.
Oh my god. So no, but like so we tried to have a show there. It was called Poppers and Raving. And we had like 30 people show up, but it was like all our friends. It wasn't like 30, but it was like 15 of us, but it was all like people we knew. Like me, Bob, Drew, fucking Gregory Haney, Jolly, you know what I mean? Everyone, people you know, like, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? People you know. And it was just literally just became a house party, and we're just like, oh, we're still going to go on stage?
Yeah.
And that's when I, like, just told all the stories of me going to jail, and then that's when and that's when I was just like, there is something to these stories, and there is something to the escape and the war and story, and that's what I was just like, oh, that's funny? Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, definitely those kinds of things. And it's like the first show... So the first time the world shut down,
Yeah.
and we had to like just start getting back.
Where were you when the world shut down?
Absolutely, yeah.
That's it.
And
it was like March.
I still had to be sober during all of quarantine, which sucked. But
How do they?
but Jesse
how they
Saldana,
checking on that?
it was annoying. It was just socially distanced PO visits. It was so fucking stupid.
Like if they can't 6 feet away smell you how drunk you are.
It was
then
just
you
show up
are-
with a mask, and I was never above the temperature, and it was just like it was just dumb. But like
Yeah.
it was fine.
Does drunk make you feverish?
I don't know. I mean, it's just like I wish I could have been getting fucked up the whole time, and then like
Yeah.
just like had a high temperature and like totally avoided every test.
Yeah.
No, but like no. So like Jesse Saldana was just like, hey boys, like I'm just gonna have like a little house show, just perform for like 8 of my friends,
Oh wow.
and it was just like me, Patrick Eady, Charles Justice,
8
Adam
people.
Radcliffe, and just in a backyard,
Yeah.
drinking, having a barbecue, and we just performed a set.
How'd that feel?
A lot of us had like every one of us just picked half COVID material that it was probably like in the middle of it, like right before like everything opened up again the first time.
Yeah.
And I mean, it just felt good to just do it, of course,
Sure.
and like to do half new shit, half old shit.
Yeah.
So it's like just the idea of like, let's just have an intimate, personal, private kind of a thing like that.
Yeah.
Isn't out of the realm of possibilities. That's why like private comedy shows are a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
It's neat.
like I'm doing. I mean, like they'll even put that in there. Like, hey, I'm doing all these shows, and here's a private party thing. Is you didn't have to put that on your date because I'm not going to be there for your private party. But
This
it's
will
like
show how busy you are.
there is
I'm
something.
so busy.
Yeah.
I'm being privately booked. I'm so
Absolutely,
sorry.
it's like, oh, don't even try to book me on the
It's pri-
25th.
It's private, so don't ask anything. about it.
Exactly.
You're
Yeah.
not cool enough to know. Stop wondering.
Man, you really do suck at that voice acting stuff, dog. I had nothing better to say. I was intimidated. No, but you know what I mean? Like, so, like, definitely don't be turned off by the idea of just something fun and small. I mean, like,
Yeah.
bro, even just like, even when I had Friendsgiving, like, there was even the idea of floating around. It's like, somebody set up a fucking PA somewhere right now. This could be
Yeah.
really fun. It's like, it absolutely is a thing
Yeah.
that could be.
It's like karaoke night for your buds.
It's like a roast thing almost, you know, because
Sure.
like you're gonna talk about shit that you know about.
Right. And you're not gonna do like material. You're gonna mess with people and try to talk about something that's
Absolutely.
happening. Relevant in the moment.
Or to like hear the different perspective of that same material of her, and it's like, hey, so like I wrote that bit about it, but it's like here's what really happened. It's even crazier. Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's like
yeah,
here's let's name some fucking names right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They could be
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think sometimes the story is funnier, but you can't tell that story. It won't matter. It won't to the audience.
It's
can't
the thing
care
of
about. Yeah.
it's the thing of like trying to make something super personal, super generalized. So you're gonna lose
Yeah.
some of that.
So sometimes there's
uh,
details and things that are in the true
yeah.
story that you just don't that make it, or there's some extenuating circumstances that make it more charged, but you just can't.
Well, I mean, you know, like maybe even one
it all
small
in there.
detail could make you have to explain a whole existence of a whole person that is
Right.
only like
But if your
relevant to
friends,
you.
if your friends know
Then
you
it's like,
and
so
your
like,
family
well, the only
members,
reason
yeah.
why this happened is because Drew brought him over, and then everyone knows who Drew. You know what I mean? So it's like that.
Yeah. We have to like put too much explanation in the front
in
end.
the generalized version. Yeah.
It's kind of like,
Oh, so here's my buddy.
get to the
so,
joke.
So like about actually that gay bathhouse thing, like Scotty
You burn
used
it
to
down.
Scotty used to have a bit
You got the
about
water
it,
too hot.
and then Pedro used to have a bit. Like they had the same story, but from
Oh.
their perspectives. And if
Gotcha.
there was ever a chance that they were one after another,
that'd be
then
fun.
that would be a fun time to hear both those stories. That would be the only time they
Yeah.
can do it. So there is something
Mm-hmm.
definitely to that shit. I don't know, man. I
sure.
still think you should be a stripper for your next show. Like, you know.
well, because I'm such a terrible dancer, I'm not even sure I could.
I'm just saying.
I could do
stripping.
I could do nothing to tempt anyone
Like,
into
look, if
any
you're gonna-
money donation situation.
I think it's like this. It's like that movie Hitch. It's just he's trying to get this guy
just
laid.
Just move your hips.
He's trying to get this guy laid, but he shows him how to do everything else first. So he's trying to teach. Like, you're trying to learn how to strip, but they're gonna teach you how to dance first.
Okay.
You're trying to learn
like
how
a
to
stripper
run.
school I can go
I
to.
don't know. I'm just
like
fucking. I'm making shit
first
up.
day at stripper school.
It's like the same thing when people become a cosmetologist. Like I'm making it, bitch.
I'm gonna have my own business,
All
Mom.
right. Well,
I'm gonna make you proud.
my bladder is
make
gonna
you-
fucking explode. And this has been, man. In total, we've definitely recorded an hour and a half, and none of it I have to really cut out, so it's pretty solid.
Nice.
Fuck yeah, dude. All right, Drew Jordan.
Woo.
Breaking Down Bits with Brian Gendron, enemy of the show. And you can check that out on their YouTube Breaking Down Bits. And then you could check that out on their fucking Facebook page. And then your Instagram and everything like that.
Drew is Talkward.
Hell yeah. Because, like, no, I'm gonna just have, like, for at least the video version, have pictures.
Yeah.
Just a weird picture of you with your social media all over it.
Yep.
But, all right, thank you guys so much. Adam Radliff, Ziggy, Justice, Brian Gendron, I'm coming for you.